Very good evening to everyone. We have Mohan Garu, who is a cyber advisor for many of the organizations, and he's also an advocate. So he will be addressing today all of us on some of the key aspects in terms of mobile frauds, so which have been a big concern these days. So, with his experience and knowledge, what he has gained in the past few years, how to keep yourself safe from various mobile frauds as an awareness. So he'll be addressing all of us. Sir, over to you, sir. Mohan, sir, you can take up the session. I request all the participants to mute yourself in terms of video and audio so that the internet disturbance might not happen. So kindly put all of you in, you know, non-video mode, except except the host, and I mean, except the speaker. He will be on non-mute mode. Rest everyone, kindly I request you to stop the video. Yes, sir. Mohan, sir, you can take it over.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Hope I'm audible to everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. It's a pleasure to be a part of this session. The session today will be basically dealing on mobile frauds. So with the advent of this COVID, there are a lot of frauds which are being perpetuated, and mobile frauds is one of them. So my first question to the participants is, how smart enough are you to handle the smartphones? So that you can, whatever is your thing, you can, okay.
Yeah, people can answer when you can answer if you have any proper answer on this, please.
Yeah. So that you can also post it on the chat thing also. So my first question is, how smart are you to handle the smartphones?
ఏంది సుప్పిక ఇప్పుడు ఏంది చెప్పు నువ్వు నేను
Yes, sir. You can continue, sir. You can continue.
Now, I would just like to give another statement. Smartness is not in handling of the phones, but there should be a smartness of mind. That is very, very important. See, it doesn't mean that you are smart enough to handle the phone, but if you are not smart enough in your mind, where you tend to, or you are, hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are.
Yeah. So it is not important that you handle a smartphone, but it is very important that your mind is also smart enough to see what is happening in the phone. That is very, very important. Okay. So I would like to continue with this.
Yes, sir.
Now, many of the people think that the crime will not happen to them, but they are under a very wrong motion. Just it for an example, you have a bike, and you want to just go to a shop which is very near to your house, and you want to buy something, and in that hurry you tend to forget to wear a helmet and go. But there's a lurking danger which just hits you from somewhere, and there's a small accident happening to you, which may lead to any abnormalities. So it is very, very important that people think that they feel that they may not succumb to crime, but it is not true. The crime doesn't see gender or age or anything. People succumb to crime, and mobile fraud is one of them. So now most of you are having the Android phones or the other type of gadgets, and the cell phone has become a pocket-sized computer, and it is being used to do many kinds of jobs. The phone is not only used for talking, but it is used for in many other ways. So you need to be very, very cautious when you're using your mobile phone. So the first most important thing I would like to suggest is the basic security. That is very, very important. The basic security, which is very, very important. Hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, because there are some people who are asking me to be bit louder.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. You can be. Yeah, it's audible better.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So the first move is the basic move is security, and for that security, the basic thing is your screen lock. So it may be a pattern lock or it may be alphanumerical lock, but the most important thing is you need to have a lock for your phone, because now your phone contains a lot of data in it, and there's always a problem that there may be somebody who would steal your data from behind your nose. That is very, very important. So the most important thing is have a lock to your mobile phone. And for lock, there are two types of authentication. One is two-function authentication, where you have two-level authentication, and there's a new advancement in it. They're called multi-function authentication, where you may use a biometric, or you may use your voice with a combination of your design or your pattern or your alphanumeric. So these are the two levels. These are the two things which are very, very important. One is your two-function authentication, and one is the multi-function authentication. The most important thing is screen lock. And I would just like to ask the participants, how many of you have changed the password? How many of you have changed the password? Because we find many people who have
అయితే
not
అదే
changed the
ఇప్పుడు
passwords.
అయితే ప్రాబ్లం లేదు అనాలి ప్రెసిడెంట్.
So changing the password time and again is very, very important, because there's always a tendency that your password may be compromised at any point of time. So keep on changing the password. See that you change your password and keep your password in memory. This is very, very important. Hope I'm clear.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Now some of you may have a question. Okay, why do you need an authentication? Because your mobile phone carries a lot of information, your contacts, your phone numbers. Some of them store the passwords in it. Some of them store the bank details in it. So it is very, very important that there's a security for it. It is very, very important, like you secure your house, you have a lock for it. In the same way, your phone should have a lock. And as I mentioned, there are two types of locks which you need to use in your phone. So this is very, very important. And one more important thing is, please don't share any data in notes format. There are many cases we have seen where you share your data, you store your data in your mobile phone in notes. Suppose you have your name, then you have a contact number, and then you have notes. So in the note you share your bank details, your bank name, your bank account number, your IFSC code, even your password is shared, and your ATM card is shared, your CV number is shared, everything is shared. So please be very, very careful when you store your data over there. Please don't share your data in notes in your mobile phone. This is very, very important. And one more thing is, please don't use your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth and Google Maps as and when as and when it is um, as and when it is required, only use it. If you are using it, if you used it, please disable it, because many a times we have seen Wi-Fi's and your Bluetooth being on, and you shared important data in it, especially students. Wherever many colleges have given talks, I have seen many students sharing their data on Bluetooth. This is very, very important, because your Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi can always be intercepted. You'll be surprised. Many a times I stay in the 4th floor, I can access to the Wi-Fi and of my person who's there in the 3rd floor. So many times I just go and tell them that I'm able to access your Wi-Fi. So please, there are many, many important things, many security features. Have your password, have a strong password. These are very, very important. So the most important thing is, if you are using your Wi-Fi or your Bluetooth, please disable it if it is not in use. And one more thing is your Google Maps. Many a times we use a Google Map to go about, and we seldom forget to disable it. So please disable the Google Map whenever you are not using it. This is very, very important. There's a small, I'm just in the lighter vein, I'm sharing one thing. Your near and dear one may not know where you are, but the Google knows where you are. So please be careful, because time and again your information, your data is being shared by so many people. So this is very, very important. Hope I'm clear.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please carry on.
Yeah. Okay. Now coming back to your password authentication. See, password authentication, you have got a pattern authentication, and you have got a key authentication, where you will type the key. And there is one more thing where there's a pattern. And please be careful, because whenever you use your phone, whenever you use a pattern, please try to clean the surface of the phone. This is very, very important. These are all small things which we seldom don't give importance to it. Those are the small areas where the cyber criminal tends to, you become prey to those things. Please clean the surface of the phone. This is very, very important, because there is an attack called smudge attack. Smudge attack is an attack where the cyber criminal takes the photograph of the surface of the phone where the fingerprints are there, and using the infrared rays, he can know the pattern of your authentication, nor he can know the what keys you're typing. And this is very, very important. So whenever you whenever you have your pattern, or whenever you key in something, please clean the surface of the phone immediately. These are small things which one need to keep in mind. And so whenever you type, or whenever you have a pattern, there are small prints which are left on the phone, and these are the areas which are prone to your data being compromised. So I will give a little advancement on this aspect, because I'm also a trainer to the law enforcement authorities. We see many types of crimes over here. So recently we have solved a case, or a case has come to us, where a cyber criminal has used thermodynamics on it. How many of you know what is thermodynamics? Hope I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in one case, a fraudster had used thermodynamics on it. So thermodynamics is a function where the it depends on the press of the phone. So the first press is stronger, the second press is little stronger, a little less stronger. So the intensity of the press goes down when you key in your password, or when you do your pattern designing. So immediately he had taken a photograph. He had used infrared rays and taken a photograph, and then he immediately cloned the thing, and he compromised on all the information from your mobile phone. This is a new type of fraud where we had seen, and this is being used especially at the petrol bunks. So please be careful when you use the gadget which is there on the petrol bunk. This is not a mobile fraud, but this is akin to a mobile fraud. And one more, we have seen many times where you use your financial wallets and you don't log out of it. So please be careful whenever you log into your any mobile wallets. Please see that you, after the transaction is over, you log out of it. This is very, very important. And here one more small suggestion is, as far as possible, please see that you don't use your Wi-Fi when you are logging into your financial transactions or using your mobile Wi-Fi. Please don't log into your financial transactions. As far as possible, please use data. Use a data card. This is very, very important, because when you use a data card, it directly goes to the user, and your information is passed on. But if you use a Wi-Fi, there's an intermediary, and there's always a possibility of anything happening to your transfer of data. So anybody may intercept over there, and your data may get compromised. So as far as possible, whenever you use your financial transactions, please be careful as to not to use Wi-Fi. Though many of you use your home Wi-Fis, but still there are possibilities of your data, of your information being getting compromised. So as far as possible, whenever you use your financial transactions, please use a data card. Hope I'm clear.
Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So these are the I am creating a basic awareness towards small frauds which are perpetuating. We see day in and day out, and these are very, very important, because we don't pay heed to these uh, areas of our action, and there's always a cyber criminal who gives more importance to these actions, and these small things cause a big catastrophic loss to you. And here you'll be surprised. Now with the advent of WhatsApp, we are day in and day out checking WhatsApp, but we seldom forget to check the SMSs. Hope I'm clear and true. We day in and day out we check our WhatsApp, but we seldom check our SMSs. And the most important is, all the banks and financial transactions, whenever a transaction has happened, you get an SMS. So please don't think that just by checking your WhatsApp it is enough. No, please check the SMS also. In one district we had a fraud where the boy had compromised with his father's credit card information, and every week he used to draw 2,000 rupees and use it for a small play game. And the father had never checked his SMS details. He kept on checking his WhatsApp details. At the end of the day, one day when he went to his bank, he saw a substantial amount being drawn from his account, and he came running to us. And then we had to do some investigation, and we found that in fact the boy had compromised on the details of the card. And we are very sorry to say the father had never checked the SMS, because bank had always been sending SMS that such and such amount has been, such and such amount has been withdrawn from your account. But father never bothered to check up what is happening in his bank account. So these are the small things which you need to pay attention, and an awareness needs to be created in this aspect. So this is very, very important. And one more most important thing is, please don't, if you get any WhatsApp calls from anywhere, please don't accept any WhatsApp calls, because any of the WhatsApp calls are not monitored. If somebody calls on you or does any degradatory remarks, or if he tries to uh, send a ransomware and ask for a ransom, and if it's a WhatsApp call, none of the WhatsApp calls are monitored. So please see that what calls you make are from the regular phone mode only. Please don't accept any WhatsApp calls, because we had dealt with the bank fraud where the bank manager had got a WhatsApp call, and he, basing on the information on the call, he had transferred the amount from one account to other account. And at the end of the day, when there was an investigation, we found that that was a spurious call. So this is very, very important. So please see that you don't accept any WhatsApp calls which are called from any unknown numbers. And one more thing is, and please be very, very important, be cautious about your mobile cameras, because there are many softwares which can be sent to your mobile phone, and your mobile camera can be activated. Especially this is for the women folk who are there in this session. Please be careful, because there are many instances where your mobile camera has been activated. Now we have got front and back mobile cameras, different kinds of mobile cameras. So please be careful which camera you use, and which camera is switched on or switched off, or where your personal things are being photographed. So this is very, very important. In case you don't use, if you're not using your mobile camera, please cover it. I don't say block it, cover it. Put a small tape on it, so that even if your mobile is compromised, or if it is hacked, or anything has happened to your mobile phone, your personal activities are not recorded or not sent. These I am telling to the participants, because day in and day out we are seeing crimes that are happening, and I'm sorry to say that we are not paying heed to these areas of crime, and the cyber criminal is taking advantage of these aspects. So as far as possible, please see that if you are not using your mobile camera, please see that you put it in a case, or just put a small tape to the camera, so that even if your mobile is compromised, or somebody hacks your mobile, all your personal photographs or anything which activities you are doing are not taken by the fraudster. And one more thing, many a times we tell them, please be careful of your DPs, because in your mobile phone you put your personal photographs as a DP. The most important thing is, your DPs may get compromised. And recently you might have heard of the Sari challenge and the family challenge, where the photographs have been compromised and have been put into all kinds of sites, and um, it can go to any extent. So please be careful, especially the women folk, when you are putting your DPs, because there may be a black sheep in your group who would take advantage of the photograph what you have put as a DP in your mobile phone. Hope I'm clear. Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, hope I'm clear.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we have about 3 minutes more.
Okay.
We have 3 minutes more.
Yes, sir. You still have time. You continue. I'll let you know.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And one more most important thing is whenever you buy your mobile phone, you have an 15-digit number which is called IMEI number. That is International Mobile Equipment Identity Number. Please store that 15-digit number at a secured place, and whenever you lose your mobile or your mobile is lost, please lodge a police complaint. Nowadays, police are not accepting complaint for mobile loss, but still you can send it to a register post, or at least see that an intimation is sent to the police that your mobile is lost. Because we had come across one fraud where an old gentleman had lost his mobile, but he never bothered to give a police complaint saying that he has lost his mobile. At the end of the day, his IMI number was cloned and it was used in another mobile for an antisocial activity. And at the end of the day, the special branch police had knocked his door and he was novice for the activities that were happening under his with his mobile, and it was used as a sheath mobile. And ultimately, he was behind the bars. So please be careful whenever, or if you lose your mobile, or if you are selling a mobile on a second hand, please see that all these precautions are taken. Especially women folk, when you are selling your mobiles, there are people who buy women phone. Okay, and there are shops which segregate those women phones separately and they sell it to the people outside. So please be careful whenever you think it's a very small activity, but it can lead to a lot of danger to you. Please be careful whenever you lose your phone. Please note the IMEI number and immediately lodge a complaint in the police station. Or if the police doesn't accept it for your police complaint, send it to a register post with an acknowledgement due, keeping the copy with you. This is very, very important, because from which angle or from which area somebody may knock your door, you don't know. This crime had happened 2 years after he lost his phone. Years after he lost his phone. So please be careful of all this, of the gadget. This is a very small gadget which you are handling, but is be very cautious about it.
So we have last 8 minutes. Anything you wanted to go on a discussion?
Last minute. I would just like to
share that photo.
Throw some psychological aspect. Okay, psychological aspect of this crime, handling of crime. As you may be knowing that there are de-addiction camps for drug, for alcohol. We are conducting mobile de-addiction camps where people are getting de-addicted to mobile and they are coming to us for de-addiction. Children are learning to scroll before they are crawling. And I would just like to throw light on two important aspects of the defects what we are finding because of using of mobile phone. There are many other things, but these are two important things. One is called paresthesia. Paresthesia is because day in and day out you're typing on the mobile phone, your thumb and your other fingers, they are getting, there's the pressure over there, as though your sugar level is 650 or 700. The surface area of your thumb gets deactivated. So this is a disease called paresthesia. You can Google it and see. And one more thing is called blue eye syndrome, because day in and day out you're using a mobile phone. Even at night, you switch off your lights. On the bed you sleep and you use your mobile phone. So blue eye syndrome. Blue eye syndrome is eye syndrome where the water content in your eye gets dry. So ultimately, your eyelids stop clicking. So this is called a blue eye syndrome. And one more syndrome is called a phantom vibration syndrome. Day in and day out, you feel that something is vibrating in your pocket because you are using a mobile phone to such an extent. So these are the three important psychological things which you are finding. And any questions, you can post it, on the site, or you can have my email address. You can post it. I would be very happy to answer your questions.
So, yes, sir. So you would like to show that photograph, like the two things which you want?
Yes. Please,
I'll share
please.
it.
Yeah.
This is the one.
Yeah. So this is very, very important, Andy. We also deal on mobile etiquette. So whenever you are having a dinner with your family, please see that your mobile is separated. Have a time with your family. This is one important etiquette we follow. We ask our audience to follow. Disconnect to reconnect. So disconnect your mobile phone and reconnect to your family. This is very, very important. This is one mobile etiquette. Second one.
Second one. Yes, sir. I'm getting it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So whatever you text to somebody, please be judicious and be careful of what you text, because your text can cause some nightmare to somebody else. So this is a skull, and these are the two mobiles. Your eyes are two mobiles. So please be careful what you text. This is very, very important. We conduct a lot of mobile etiquette: when to use mobile, how to use mobile, and where to use mobile. So these are the parts. These are the two very, very important things what we use, and we have many like these posters. We have many other posters which were designed, by our team are designed, and we use them for the mobile etiquette. Yeah, over to host.
Right. So thank you, participants. So any queries, you can actually send it to the email ID that I have mentioned just now on the chat window, because since the time is running very short, and it's almost late, we are ending up at 3 minutes, as is a basic plan on the Zoom we are now. And probably I would like to really take it on the next level discussion from my end in terms of cyber forensics, on which I'm crucially working. So whatever Mr. Mohan sir has raised just now, there are key aspects which we should be focusing in terms of cyber forensic. Because, sir, in a very quick nutshell, I would like to tell this to all the participants over here in this room. I don't want to take more than 1 minute here. Let me make it very simple here for all of them. The reason why we go for cyber forensic is it is a kind of investigation analysis method, usually that is followed by the technology teams in terms of cyber ethical hackings, because it is a proper evidence that can be submitted to a law. I mean, the courts in terms of forensic wing. Like if some crime has happened in terms of a phone, technically a lot of things can be done. But what are the clues that can be collected from that particular phone, which can really be visible and submitted to the court, is something which is really needed. So apart from that visible, we have quickly, as I said, less than 30 seconds, we have different types of forensics that crimes are happening. And the forensic department work is to primarily handle. I'll quickly tell you some of the things which very frequently happen. The mobile frauds, like the ethical hacking, the hacking issues, for all these things. If your email is hacked, if your router is hacked, if your Wi-Fi is hacked, if your the data has been stolen from your hard disk, who's going to work on all these things? It's not about the hacking expert. There is a separate wing called forensic team who crucially works on it. They do a lot of analytics. And if you really wanted to know more on this forensic, what are the kinds of analytics they do, what are the different types of forensic methodologies they follow, yes, you can still write us an email. We are always there to help all of you. And very soon we'll be planning one more session. We'll be planning one more session in terms of cyber forensic and ethical hacking, because I'm currently working as a cyber forensic and ethical hacking expert. And along with, Mohan sir is a cyber advisor. Any query you just write to him, he will be able to help us. He has got a vast experience in this. So Mohan sir, thank you very much for all these inputs for today. So
Thank
that
you.
was
Thank
really
you, host.
wonderful. Thank you very much, sir. Any queries, kindly write it to the email IDs that are mentioned. He will be able to address. And the feedback form is also, the link has been shared, so that if you could share the feedback, even we can send the certificates for all these participants who are there on this chat window at this point of time. So if you really want the certificate, don't forget, send the feedback. It's my responsibility. I'm Karthikeya Kumar as a host, and from my company, I'll be sending you the certificate for this participants. We have around 18 participants today. Thanks for all your time. Thanks for spending with us today. And thanks to the speaker for today. Sir, I hope we can end the meeting
Thank you.
here. Any
Yeah,
questions
thank you.
more than this? Yes, you can reach out to me directly, where I can send it to Mohan sir, or anything you want to know about cyber forensic. Yes, sir, I'm always there to answer all of you. And any advices you can take from him, just drop in him an email and he will be there with you. Right. Thank you very much, all of you. Yes, sir.
Karthik, there are 44 participants, not 18.
From my end, I'm seeing 20 here.
Yeah,
right, sir.
Who, 45.
Oh, wonderful. So we have dropped in the